Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Trading Bitcoin with your host Tone Face. I'm still trying out the Zoom thing. Those of you that watched it this morning probably saw the what happens when you're not sure you're live and you have cameras rolling and randomly speaking. I don't normally curse that much, but I don't know. I guess I was just talking to Vortex and really busy this morning. So I'm still trying to figure out how this works. I believe it's working pretty good. Still trying to get the ropes here. I will be doing a screen share. So I think everything's good with the volume, with everything. People are liking the video quality. People are liking the fact that unlike Google Hangouts, you don't have to speak over each other. I mean, you could speak over each other, which in my case is actually awesome, as you all know. But yeah, it looks like everything's working. Of course, I didn't tweet this out. Shoot, let me do that now. Let me just tweet this out real quick. Live now to talk trading. Yeah, I know this isn't very organized. Bitcoin. Make this real quick. Didn't get fancy at all. Done. Okay. Cool. I just want to make sure like the YouTube string is the same, that it streams to where I need it to stream. Because tomorrow morning I have Cliff High. So I'm like, this is my testing, right? Because tomorrow morning me and Cliff High are going to do an episode and I can't have technical difficulties. And this needs to go smoothly because every minute of technical difficulties is one last minute that I get to talk to Cliff High. I'll have him for at least an hour, hopefully more. It starts at around noon Eastern time and will end at the latest 2 Eastern time. So for him, it's 9 a.m. To 11 a.m. For me, it's noon to 2 p.m. So that's pretty much the maximum time that we got. And yeah, so it looks like everything's good. I just sent off the tweet. And everything should be working. Let me double check on that, and then we'll get started. Yeah, it's a slightly different link, so you can't like just watch in. You can't simply watch in YouTube. It doesn't embed, but it does work when you click on it. At least I hope it does. I'm checking now. Yeah, we're all set. Excellent. So what's wrong with my chat? Oh, there it is. All right. Yeah, it's been another busy day. I was going to do a traditional market video tonight, but I didn't have time to prep because I'm actually going to disconnect right after this video. I'm not going to do QA. I'm going to disconnect right after this video because I got to read like 40 pages of Cliff High's reports so that I can be ready for the video. I still have like my breakfast that was unfinished, like sitting like right next to me, guys. So maybe I'll eat some food and then I'm going to prep for tomorrow's interview with Cliff High. The code has been released. The update to the code has been released. If you were a former client of mine, if you had access to the code, you should have access to the new code. I'll be very busy tomorrow. On Tuesday, I will manage my group chats and like maybe help people out. But for now, just be aware of that. All right. Okay. Let's just go straight to screen share. Let's do it. Working with Zoom here. All right, what do I do? Okay, oh, so desktop application. I got it. Okay, cool. Let's do that. Here we go. All right. Okay, we are in business. Well, no, let me. Yeah, it's on YouTube. All right, perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna cut the camera off. I'll leave the camera. It doesn't matter. All right. Anyway, so usual disclaimer, educational tools. Yeah, that only took 4 minutes. That's not bad. Educational tools, learn trading. I should get a host for this. I should get Leah to host these two. No, Leah has a life. She'll be back tomorrow morning. Learn trading, guys. Sections 1 to 5 is traditional trading. Section 6 explains all those crazy numbers above and below my candles. Lots of free information. I'll probably be updating this in the near future, and I will add even more to that. 1 second. Sorry, guys, just in case there are questions. There we go. That's what I wanted. Hey, Corey, if you are watching and you see 1 or 2 good questions, go for it, man. Shoot them over my way. It's okay. Maybe I'll take 1 or 2 towards the end. Wait, so what was my live stream? Oh, there it is. Cool. All right. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's get going. So if all my free information between these videos and my website is not enough, please check out the consulting section of my website. If that's still not enough, please come see me at one of my seminars. But the consulting and seminars are not free. They're actually pretty pricey. The 2 seminars coming up in Russia and Kiev are going to be in Russian, so make sure you speak that language. But the rest of them are going to be in English between Vancouver, San Francisco, Austin, Toronto, and Miami. So please check those out. All right. I hope you guys caught my on the record earlier today with a lawyer. The feedback and comments in my YouTube, they were good. I mean, people seem to like it. People talked about it positively. I did catch like the first 5 minutes of Ozzy the BS Filter's YouTube channel. And while I understand why he might feel why it looked like, like a promotional thing, the way I can answer it is, obviously, I did not get paid to, speak to that guy. I was very curious about the lawsuit myself. I am very curious about the concept of class action lawsuits because I don't understand how they work. I have a better understanding of it now. It's not a secret that I hate Coinbase. So if anyone is actually going to sue Coinbase, I would like to know why. And while it does look like, a bit petty because the people named in that lawsuit only had 0.1 and 0.01 Bitcoin, you don't know exactly what it is under the hood. And that's what these things are supposed to find out. And if there's nothing else under the hood, then the only person that wastes the money is the lawyer. Now, whether being on my show brings the lawyer more business or not is not exactly my concern. I'm the one that was interested in the interview. No one. So again, it was interesting to me. So I could have had that chat privately, or I could have had that chat privately. So I learned something. People seem to enjoy it, and to me, it's kind of like a win-win. It doesn't mean that. Anyway, I'll let people think what they like. I'll leave it there. All right. Well, let's get to business here. So the new code is in. A huge burden off my hands should definitely free me up. I had to do an update to the version because it wasn't functioning very well on dark backgrounds. And let me add it now because I had to remove it from my thing here. Invite only scripts, and I believe it's this one. I left it with a star. I leave all my defaults. You can choose which numbers 1 to 12 you want to display. I'm going to stick with the traditional sequential, and there it is. Okay. So here's what. Here's another reason why I wanted the weekly to close above the Fibonacci line, because closing above the Fibonacci line makes it immediately easier to make this a green 3. Now, if we get a price flip on a current candle, it doesn't really mean anything according to the indicator. So a price flip according to the indicator means that you are in neutral territory and you're not bullish and you're not bearish. Okay, so as long as we stay in this vicinity with a red 1, you're in neutral territory, and if next week gives you a lower low, you could potentially go into bearish territory. On the flip side, the only way weekly chart is going to go bullish is if we are trading above the prior green number, which is going to be a tall task. Okay, so we'll see what happens. So chances are this is going to be my best guess is this is going to be a very tough week, maybe closing the week in the vicinity of 10,500. I think this week is going to be a little bit of a struggle, but then next week could set you up for a nice bullish momentum. Now, I would like for this count to stay green. So ideally, I want this week to close above 10,420 on Bitstamp. Adjust for your exchange accordingly. And then next week, there could be some nice bullish momentum. So that's my perfect scenario for the next 7 days, is to not skyrocket to the upside. Because if you skyrocket to the upside, you're going to continue to frustrate the bulls and the bears, because it's been a very tough trading environment. Okay, let me open up the daily. And again, I think I have to drop the indicator that I have, because I did an update, but like your charts don't necessarily update. Yeah, I was testing the black background. Let me not do that. Yeah, so let's go back to light background. And also, for those of you that are using this indicator, the indicator values button, that's really annoying. That's all of those values. I mean, you can choose to see them, but I choose not to see them. While the indicator arguments is actually important, because you don't see over here what your which numbers you are displaying on the 12. By the way, this is a private script, so everything that I just said only applies to those that like attended the seminars and stuff. Okay, you're welcome to write it on your own. I will tell you that over 100 hours of work, probably over 200 hours of work, coding work, was put into this indicator. So it's good luck. Good luck. If someone can write a better one, I will be very impressed. Yeah, so this is the old one. I need to delete this. I need to save my chart. I need to go back to the indicators and open it up again and apply. Perfect. I wanted to make sure I get this arrow right here. It's a new feature. It tells me that at one point this was a 9. So there was reason to sell here, and it really helped you out nicely. All right, so here's the good news on a daily chart. Very good news. So the weekly chart didn't quite make it to my target, but the daily chart absolutely, it was right on the edge, right? So the daily chart closed above 9,500. That extra hour with the time change, I guess, helped. And by the way, I did switch my chart to UTC time. I think I switched it. No, I thought I switched it. No, I didn't. I'm trying to. I have to change it on like every chart, which is going to be super annoying. All right, let me do that. There it is. Okay, I'm switching it to UTC time. So all right, I'll have to find out if that's better or not. Why do these candles look different? I don't know. I like the other I don't like these. I don't know what happened. Like my outline is gone on these candles. I like the outline. Man, it sucks. I guess I went from light to dark, and it kind of messed up my outline. See, I like my outline and I like this green color. Oh, this sucks. I don't like this. Shoot. Maybe there's a default setting. Style. There's no reset. All right, I'll need to check what the others are using. Oh well, that's gonna suck. I don't like these colors. And I'm definitely not gonna redo all these annotations, so I have to find a solution here. Anyway, so this looks good. This looks very good, right? On a daily chart. We rallied all the way up, huge reversal candle. You get a wick, which I can barely freaking see. Again, so much better. Shoot. Damn it. All right. This is going to be frustrating, which I don't have time to deal with. Hate these colors. And it's looking good. Now it's still in a price flip. I want to see it close above the 50-day moving average, guys. I'm gonna, I mean, look, you went higher, you broke resistance, it reversed on you. You went lower and it reversed in an area that wasn't fully expected by me, at least. I'm sure there's a trader that expected it, right? And I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for my 2 to trade above a 1 and above the 50-day moving average. So I'd wait. I want to see this thing above 10,000, and then we take it from there. All right. Okay, next chart. The 4-hour. Where's my 4-hour? Here it is. Again, I was messing around with going from light to dark, and the candles are horrible now. Okay, also I need my indicator. Takes a minute. And this looks good. You had an aggressive 13 near the bottom, and the aggressive 13s have been working very well in Bitcoin. I think I've already established that before I released the code. And we reversed, though, again, you're coming up on a serious point of resistance here. The 50 is about to cross below the 200, even though on the 4-hour chart, they're not all that critical. I don't like how this giant candle went. It was hard to time. You're at resistance. Again, I would wait. I would not rush into anything here. So I would be cautious and wait. The 4-hour isn't really doing all that much. What is this? This is the 1 day on Coinbase, which I specifically use to publish the code and provide, some guidelines. So that's not really helpful. I need my 1-hour chart. Where's my 1-hour chart? Or did I lose it? Multiple charts. I have no idea what that means. Here's a 60. I was using it for alert testing. I renamed it. Oh, here's a 60. Here's a 60-minute chart. Is this the one I used before? Let's find out. Think so. 60-minute Bitfinex, sure. Let's drop this. Let's drop this. Save that and add the new indicator. And once you add it, if you go to settings, you get a lot more, customization. A lot of customization, if you know what you're doing, of course. And the neat thing about this customization is, here's one of my favorites. I can delete like all these numbers. Boom, everything's gone except for the current number. And now my chart's really, really clean. So that's really cool. And I can also, delete that once it updates. No, not that one. Sorry. The arrows under the nines. I guess you don't see any here, but undo that. But anyway, it's really neat. Let me put these back up. If you're actively trading, you don't need to see all these numbers. They're just in the way. All you care about is the current number. So the hourly chart actually looked really good. All of these green arrows along the bottom, the 9 called it perfectly at the low. You had a 13 right before and right after. One of them was a deferred 13. That's why you had all these plus signs going down. This 13 buy didn't really. Where's that coming from? Oh, this 9 on the hourly called it nicely. This 13 called it nicely. This 13 didn't do much, so probably a break-even trade. Oh, there's the one. There it is. See that right there? See, that's what I mean. Here's the one that would have been a 9 at some point. And again, the customization. Nope, not that one. The customization takes that away right there. So neat. Very neat. Thank you, my developers. Okay, so what does this chart mean? Well, it doesn't mean much, right? I like the fact that we had a 9. We had a 1 to 4 hour correction because it's an hourly chart. And we are now at a new high and at, well, not a new high yet, but a new close, assuming we close here in 40 minutes. So if the next candle is trading above current candle and above the swing high, I would be confident in a bullish trade using the hourly chart. But keep in mind that the 4 hour, not this guy, that the 4 hour is kind of in the middle of nowhere, and the daily is still kind of in the middle of nowhere under a critical resistance of the 50-day moving average, and the weekly is in the middle of nowhere. So overall, Bitcoin is very neutral right now, and I wouldn't really rush into any trades at the moment. So not much advice. All right, that's pretty much it for me. I'm gonna show my affiliate codes early this time. I don't even know how many people are watching. 1,200. Excellent. So if you like my work, I will take a couple of questions right now. Thank you, Corey. I know this wasn't my usual video. I'm still testing out Zoom software. The Cliff High interview tomorrow, it will be at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Hopefully I can get them for at least an hour, probably a little longer. And we're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. It'll be very interesting, so definitely tune in. I think I'll have a new record for a video when I interview Cliff High. I'll try to like blast it out tonight on Twitter and everything. Okay, so if you like my work and you want to support my work, please check out the affiliates and referral section of my website, where I have discount codes and general referral links to the products that I use or have used in the past. So if you are gonna participate in any of this anyway, please use these codes because it doesn't cost you anything extra, but it makes me feel important. All right, let's move on to your questions. I'm going to stop screen share because I don't even know why, but no reason to be staring at the screen. And if I need to share screen share, well, okay, so I have my bar here. I still haven't really optimized, like, with Zoom's a little different, so I still haven't like really optimized. Hey, thank you for your tips, guys. Please come to Chicago. Yeah, I miss Chicago. It's nice. It has to be in the summer though, because I'm not crazy. Oh, I see a tipped question. I'll grab it, Corey. Yep, I see it. I'll do that one first, actually. All right, well, we'll check that out. All right, let me stop sharing. All right, you have to see my spot. Like the hat. Awesome hat. All right, question. Tone, what is the single largest loss or streak of losses you suffered in a trade And how did you recover from it psychologically? Ooh, good question. Guys, I've like blown up a couple of portfolios in my day. My personal portfolios, of course. I've never lost other people's money. So the first account I ever traded, I pretty much lost everything. I was shorting the real estate market a little too early, and there goes all my money. I kept buying puts on home builders. DR Horton was one of them. US something, some ticker, 3-letter ticker starting with a U was another one. So that gone. So my first, I made some good trades in between, but the majority, like I lost that. Let's see. I have gone through bad streaks. I remember even in 2015, I think it was 2015, like in late 2015, when there was huge consensus that Janet Yellen was going to raise rates in September, and I had all of these shorts on commodities like gold, silver, oil. In 2015, I had already quit my job, and I was a full-time trader. Now, I had two portfolios. Then I had a futures portfolio and an options portfolio. Now, my options portfolio was still doing well. In my futures portfolio, I was a little over leveraged commodities. I was still day trading S&P 500 at the time, but I was also swing trading commodities, and I was long multiple contracts of gold, multiple contracts of oil, multiple contracts of silver. Sorry, not long. I was short. I was short those guys. And when Janet Yellen did not raise rates in September like she was supposed to, like the commodities got slammed to the upside. I mean, they just rallied like crazy. And that absolutely crushed my futures portfolio. I held out for as long as I could. Like I think I don't remember if it was silver or oil, but one like I was forced to liquidate gold. I was forced to liquidate one of those, silver or oil, but I held on to the shorts of the other ones, and it just kept going higher. And then I finally exited it. I think I lost like 60-70% on my portfolio, and just got crushed. And then right after I finally got liquidated, the market came to the conclusion that she's still going to raise rates, but in December. And she did raise rates in December. And basically about a week after I got liquidated, or within a few days after I fully got liquidated, commodities turned around, completely fell all the way back to where my entries were, and then continued falling. So like, and it was just like, oh my God, like I had the trade. And, there it goes, Yellen doesn't do what she's supposed to do. And then commodities like continued to fall. So that really sucked. Now and I think that's the last time I was trading futures. And I said, you know what, let me stop. The fundamentals got away. And I was going to go back to futures trading after a little bit of time. But my options trading was doing really, really well. And I got more and more into content creation. So I never actually went back to futures trading. And I'm probably not going to, because of the options trading, because that one is just better for me personally. So that was the most recent one. And yeah, I had like bad swings in between, and you take a break, you regroup, and then you come back. You learn from those lessons. Like I learned the lesson that even when Wall Street is 90% confident that Yellen is gonna, it's not that I expected commodities to crash when she was supposed to raise rates in September. It's the fact that she didn't do what it was expected to do. That was the problem. Like the trade was based on a 90% consensus of a statement. It's like, what they're supposed to say, but then they don't. And commodities rallied for, even if she raised rates, I didn't understand why this should have been bullish for commodities. Even if she didn't raise rates, right? It just didn't make sense to me at all. And it was just, traders that I felt that had no clue what they were doing, and it completely went in my direction right after that, right? So it's not like I guessed on what she was going to say. It's just that it was almost like a black swan event. It's like everyone's expecting you to everyone's expecting the Fed to say one thing, and then she says, no, we're not going to do it. So it just caught the whole market by surprise. You regroup. As far as your losses go, you have to be prepared for that. And the next time you trade, you're going to remember some of the best things I did. Like I had some catastrophic losses on individual trades. And what I did was I literally like wrote out in giant letters the asset, the date, and the percent loss to my portfolio and to the trade. I printed it out and I would, scotch tape it to my wall so that the next time I want to do something stupid or over leverage, to remind myself of what happened, 2 years ago, because you tend to forget, and you just got to make sure you don't make the same mistake twice. All right, that was a very long-winded answer, but there you go. All right, let me grab the rest of these questions, and then I got to start prepping for Cliff High tomorrow. It's going to be a long night, guys. I should make a cup of coffee. All right, let's see. Tone, do you recommend people in crypto go to college, and do you think it was worth it to get your master's? It was worth it for me. And the reason it was worth it for me is because if I didn't get my master's, I might still be a high school teacher, being as miserable as humanly possible, right? So it was worth it for me, and here's why. Because I don't know how my life would have been if I didn't go get my master's. Like, I don't know. I can't possibly see my life currently being better if I didn't get my master's, because my master's did get me a job on Wall Street, and that led me to my position here. And to be honest with you, I made good money on Wall Street. The reason I got my master's is because I wanted to make money. So it was worth it for me. If you're a computer science, but it was a different environment, right? If you're going to do anything related to computer science and programming, you probably don't need to go to college. I will say that going to college teaches you responsibility, teaches you time management, and most importantly, it teaches you how to think. If you're not like a genius at something, like a coder or whatever, college is in a way good for you. Now, also, my graduate school paid me to go there. I didn't go to the best of schools. Don't want to demean Florida State here, but it's not exactly Berkeley or University of Chicago or Carnegie Mellon or MIT. So it's Florida State. But the reason I went to Florida State is because they paid me to go there. I could have gone to a much better college, but then I would have been in student loan debt. So another smart thing that I did is, here, let me answer it to you this way. If you're going to pay for graduate school, then it's probably not worth it. If you can get someone else to pay for it, then it's probably worth it, okay? And Florida State paid for it. I was a teaching assistant, and they covered all of my tuition and my room and board, like everything, right? So I got paid to be there. I think I made $20,000 a year while in grad school for 2 years. So it was worth it for me. It's not for everyone. And if you really, really hate your job and you think you can do something different, then grad school might be the way to go. I will say that what got me that Wall Street job wasn't anything I learned in my financial engineering classes. What got me that Wall Street job is learning databases, learning SQL, learning Excel, learning VBA. That's what got me the job. It wasn't understanding the Black-Scholes model. It wasn't understanding time series. It wasn't understanding regression. It wasn't any of that. And regression was all my company did when I joined them on Wall Street. It did regression analysis, did, what do you call them? Did a lot of time series analysis. We did value at risk, a lot of that stuff. And I was studying that stuff in graduate school, and none of that helped me get that job. What got me that job was being able to use SQL and being able to be very proficient in Excel. That's what got me that job. All right. What else we got here? Oh, same question. Should I skip grad school and just be a full-time crypto trader? I mean, that's up to you. I mean, if you're profitable as a crypto trader, just be careful, right? Most traders fail. Be very careful. I mean, I succeeded. I mean, my options trading, I believe, is second to none. But it took me a while to get there. And everything I teach now is what I had to go through for my first 10 years of trading. You got to survive. You got to survive directional trading until you move on to, and some people never move on to build their own strategies. Next. Tone, are you more of a hot chocolate or a mocha guy? Matcha guy. Sorry, not mocha, matcha. I don't mind either, as long as like I don't mind hot chocolate as long as there isn't much sugar. I like matcha. I like green tea and stuff. I occasionally drink coffee, but I mostly stick to tea. Like 90% of the hot liquids that I drink are teas. That's what I tend to drink. All right, guys. That's about it for me. A little different Q&A than usual, I guess. So closing out with 1,100 viewers, a little low. Weird shows. We'll get back to normal routine. And I'll see you all tomorrow for Cliff High. That should be a lot of fun. So see you guys, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. And it'll be fun. It'll be very fun. Those of you that do have access to the random number generator, you should have access to it through your TradingView terminal. You should have been notified that you have access through it, and that's about it. Those are all my announcements, and I'll see you all on the next one. Hope you guys are enjoying the Zoom streams. I think it's much better. Later.